What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the new Del C show, and of course, I'm your host, Del C. All right, let me clear something up because the word that I was trying to say for anybody that said, well, he said this word wrong, it was basically anybody that heard of this word. Of course, you heard of it because this is what we've been talking about for a while. Reparations. Reparation is getting back money that is owed to you from the country of the United States of America. You owe our ancestors money for all the work they put in. And since they're no longer here, you can start paying that to us. Because, as I said on the other video, you are not doing us a favor. You're doing us what you're supposed to be doing. You put us out, you make us your slaves. You put us, once you slaved us, raped us, ate us, and did all that stuff, which all the truth is coming out, but that's a whole nother story for another time. I wasn't saying recreation. That was the misunderstanding right there. I was saying what I said. Reparations. That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say. I was so worked up that I probably pronounced the word wrong. So reparation is what I'm talking about. And most of y'all know what I'm talking about anyways. But yep, I put up a lot of videos, man. There's a lot going on, and it's the same thing. It's about Trump because this is a lot of our concern. It's about ICE. This is a lot of our concern. It's no longer, well, this doesn't affect me, so I'm not going to say nothing because it's right in front of our face. Stevie Wonder can even see what's going on. But I didn't just get on here to talk about this. And when I say this, people, I don't want anybody to be offended. Today at my job, and this has been going on for a while, there is a language gap. There's a language barrier, that I work with a Dominican. I also work with a few other people. So it's very difficult because the person doesn't understand half the time that I'm saying. And I've noticed this years ago and it's not their fault, it's the supervisor's fault. Like, I'll give you one incident where he was from Haiti. He spoke no English at all. They gave him a customer service job. They didn't have no translator there, nobody to translate what he's saying. And people are going to him asking questions. I happened to be there that day, so I helped whoever needed help. But I'm saying to myself, think about if I wasn't here. There's going to be a time when people are going to come to him and he's not going to be able to say anything. And they're probably going to complain and say, well, why do you have this man here? He doesn't speak a bit of English. So it's like, look, and I'm not one of those stupid people that's talking about go back to your country and all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. These people need a job. They come here legally. Some people are not legal and have undocumented, information. And they kiss the president's ass, Nicki Minaj. anyways, back to what I was saying. So I'm gonna make a long story short. Okay, so every time I say something to this guy, he's a very hard worker. But every time I say something to him, he says, "I don't understand. I don't understand." And it does get frustrated. It gets very. I wanted to do a video on this before. It gets very, very frustrating. So even though he's not deaf, he just speaks another language. I have to kind of use sign language to make him understand. I have to point at something to make him understand what I'm saying because he doesn't speak no bit of English. So my thing is, watch what jobs you apply for because, and I'm not even going to say that, because the problem is start off what the supervisor or the manager, whoever hires the person or whatever, and they know they can't spit a bit of English, and they still give them customer service jobs or jobs that you're going to be dealing with people, and the fact that you can't, I'm going to say like this, like if I was in Puerto Rico or if I was in Dominican Republic, anywhere I would have to somehow learn the language if I was going to be there. You know what I mean? I would have to learn the language. But right now, and people are going to look at me and think I'm being an asshole. Listen, I have Dominican friends. I have Hispanic, Puerto Rican friends. I have that I grew up with. So it's not a matter of me being ignorant. It's just a matter of me saying, how can we help the situation? You know what I mean? Because it gets frustrating. And I'm saying what a lot of people don't want to say or afraid to say, or they, and I'm not saying this to offend anybody. I'm just saying that it's very difficult, you know, the communication because they don't, and I've talked to my supervisors about this and they're like, you need to talk to him. Duh. I can't talk to him because he doesn't understand what I'm saying. And then I don't understand what he's saying. And sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes I do. But there's a case with two people that I'm dealing with like that. One's an older guy. He's 80 years old. That's a whole nother story. Why is he still working at 80 years old? That's another story for another time. But it's difficult talking to him. It's difficult talking to the younger guy, because you don't want to say anything to offend somebody, or piss them off because he doesn't understand what I'm saying to him and I don't understand what he's saying to me. So that's all I got to say on that. Now I'm going to talk about something else. All this stuff was going on at the job today. I was talking to somebody because there was an incident where somebody was trying to help out and he felt that the person was being too bossy and I'm he has this reputation for being that way. That person wasn't the first person to say that. So I had talked to the other guy after the other guy left. You know what I mean? And somehow that word respect came up. And I'm trying to remember how it came up. But the younger guy, I don't know if he's in his 20s or his 30s. He said, look, respect, you got to earn respect. And I noticed this years ago. And I said, we live in a different time. It's not like back in the days where you automatically show respect to older people, to the elderly or whatever. Nowadays, it's like, look, and some of it is the older people's fault too, because some of them have been very disrespectful. So a lot of younger people, and not even just younger people, because I had to put somebody in check too and let them know, like, look, two situations where I said, look, You want respect, you're going to have to earn it. And basically, I threw the kids into this too and said, this is why these kids can't respect y'all. And they're coming from a different time. They're not just going to respect you because you're older. You got to earn that respect. They don't know who you are. So that's how they look at it. It's not like back in the days, like automatically for me, I'm saying how I was raised is like, unless the person gets out of hand and I got to do what I got to do. But other than that, it's like you show that person respect because they're older than you. And, they've been around the world longer, but people are like the younger people are like, and so what? I don't know him. I don't know her. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to earn respect. You're not just going to get respect from me because you're who you are. And you don't get to talk to me any kind of way. That's their attitude. This is what I get from talking to this young man. Is that it's like, so what? Like, they respect me. Like, I heard some people say, yo, OG. I never thought I would be called OG. But I'm like, oh, he's talking to me. I'm in my 50s now. So to them, I'm an OG or whatever. So it's another form of respect. Some people don't like that. Some people don't like to be called Unc or whatever. Me, it doesn't bother me. It's as long as you don't call me out of my name and disrespect me. You could call me OG. You could call me Unc, whatever. That's not the first time. Even when I was in my 40s, I was older than a lot of people that I was around. So that's the respect that some of them was giving me. And then some people want to be assholes, but whatever. That's another story for another time. So I'm off the respect thing. I wanted to talk about that. And at the end of the day, and it's in the Bible, what goes around comes around. So what a lot of people are saying right now is the first shall be last and the last shall be first. I'll say it again. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. Our day is coming. We've been through so much, and it's not going to come right away. But the truth is starting to come out, and it's starting to come full circle. One of the things that people are saying right now is what happened to George Zimmerman, where he's on the street homeless. But I told people to be quiet because people might start funding him like they did for that ICE guy that, shot the young lady or whatever. But we can't erase the fact that there has been lynchings. Yes, in 2026, there have been lynches. 2025, there has been lynching going on. And they want to say it's a suicide. No foul play was done. We know that's all BS. But all this stuff is going to come back. It's all coming back. That's all I want to say is that, a lot of people, we feel that a lot of people get away with, and they do. They get away with what they get away with. One of the people I mentioned on one of my videos is what they did to Emmett Till. And they're still doing these type of things. All these people died to the lady that told that big fat lie about him winking his eye or whatever he did. It was not worth him being treated the way he was and then murdered the way he was. So all of them people are dead. But see, I don't know about the judges and everybody else that was there that felt that he might have deserved what he got, which of course a lot of us disagree, because his only crime was being black and being in the wrong place at the wrong time. So what did they do? They took him upon themselves and they came there and got him. And that's when you would probably have to kill me, because there's no way that I would give my nephew up or my cousin up because you saying you want to see him. No, you're not his father. You're not even authorities. You're not even police. You basically kidnapped him and then you killed him. I'm just giving you one example. One example. But as they say, what goes around comes around. So everybody will have their day. We have to meet our maker, unless you believe or you don't believe. That's up to you. But that's just one case out of many. But that's basically it, man. Y'all be safe out there. And as I say at the end of the show, stay blessed, stay positive. Remember to always let your loved ones know you love them, because tomorrow's not promised to no man, woman, or child. On that note, I want to say peace out.